Good morning to one and all. My name is Dr. Jagadish, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Government First Aid College, T. Dasaralli and Basangudi. The program for first BCA second semester Mathematics, Numerical and Statistical Methods for Bangalore University. And today's session number is 5. The topic is errors. So errors, numerical calculations always involve approximation due to several reasons. These errors are not the result of poor thinking or carelessness, but they inevitably arise in all numerical calculations. We can divide the sources of errors roughly into per categories: model, method, individual, values, and round off. And modeling errors. The mathematical modeling is a process when mathematical equations are used to represent a physical system. This modeling introduces errors and are called modeling errors. Next, machine representation and arithmetic errors. There are two kinds. So these errors are inevitable when using the floating point arithmetic, when using computers or calculators. Examples are rounding and chopping errors. For example, when we can divide the two numbers, multiply that, it is so sometimes there is a 12 digit, 10 digit, it's a round up. That errors will be the correct and make it as so maybe 5 digit, 6 digit. Okay, so that is we can use in the computer. The mathematical approximation errors. This error is also known as a truncational error or discretional error. This error arises when a appropriate formulation is made to a problem that otherwise cannot be solved exactly. Suppose we can divide 1 by 10. It is go to 0.0000 like that will be there. So we can correct the errors. So in numerical computations, we come across the following types of errors. So in mathematics, we can use the following types of errors. The first one is absolute and relative errors. Second one is inherent errors. Third one is round off errors. And fourth one is truncation errors. One by one we can go. The first one is so absolute errors. So the error is a computed quantity is defined as error, that is we can denote xa, that is equal to xt minus xa. The xt is the truth value, xa is the approximate value. So I can denote where xt is the true value, xa is the approximate value. This is called the absolute error. The absolute error is nothing about, it's a modulus, or we can say that the magnitude of the errors, means we need only the positive. If it is negative, errors will be there. We can apply the modulus, we get the absolute error. Next, relative error. So the relative error, so we can write REL of XA is a measure of error related to size of the true value. That is, so we can write relative error xa is equal to error true by value, that is equal to error true is already we are writing what is that, xt minus xa by xt. That means that the true value minus approximate value divided by so true value. Next, second one is the round off errors. A round off errors are the result of having a finite number of bits to represent floating point numbers in the computers. As already mentioned, arbitrarily large or small numbers cannot be represented, and floating point number cannot have arbitrary precision. Therefore, we can consider a positive real number x in normalization floating point form. That is, x is equal to, we can write 1 point d1, d2, d3, etc., d23, d24, d25, and so on. The base is 2 into 2 power m. This process of replacing x by its nearest machine number is called correctly rounding. The error involving is called the roundup error. Next, inherent errors. Inherent errors are the errors that pre-exist in the problem statement itself before its solution is obtained. Next is the fourth one is the truncation errors. Truncation errors are defined as those errors that result from using an approximation in place of an exact mathematical procedure. Truncation error results from terminating after a finite number of terms known as the formula truncation error or simply truncation errors. Next, floating point machine number. To analyze a relative error, we introduce a notation f of x is to denote the floating point machine number which differ from a real number x. So because of round off. Loss of significance. In this section, we discuss how the problem of loss of significance arises and how it can be avoided by various techniques such as the use of rationalization, Taylor series, trigonometric identities, and so on. So avoiding loss of significance. So first one is the rationalization. Consider the function f of x. F of x equals root of x square plus 1 minus 1. Suppose I can put x equals 0. Root 1 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. We have to avoid this. So therefore, when it is a rationalizing means we see that near 0 there is a potential loss of significance. However, we can rewrite in the form, that is numerator is there. What is that? Root of x square plus 1 minus 1. Conjugate means root of x square plus 1 plus 1. Here minus is there, plus 1. You just multiply and divide. Then numerator, it will be a minus b into a plus b. So we can apply that a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. We can apply that root and square get cancelled. X square plus 1 minus 1 square. Then minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. After simplifying this, you get numerator x square, denominator root of x square plus 1. So plus 1. This allows the terms to be so cancelled out and therefore removes the problematic subtraction. Next, using Taylor series expansion. So we can consider the function. The function is f of x equals x minus sin x, whose value are required near x is equal to 0. We can avoid loss of significance. So we can avoid that significance. So by using Taylor series for sin x. So we can apply the Taylor series for sin x. Then sin x is equal to x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial minus x power 7 by 7 factorial and so on. Next, using trigonometric identities. Therefore, we can consider a function f of x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. This will be there will be a loss of significance at x is equal to pi by 4 because cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So if we square 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is 0. The problem can be solved by simple subtraction. The cos square x minus sin square x, we have the formula. So by using this formula, we can write the cos 2x. Next, range reduction. So consider the sine function whose basic property is its periodically sin x is equal to sine of x plus 2n pi or 2 pi n for all values of x and all integer value of n. Okay. The predicticity is used in the computer evaluation of sin x. So one only need to know the value of sin x in some field. The interval of length is 2 pi. In order to compute sin x for arbitrary x, this is called the range reduction. Logarithmic properties. Suppose we can consider the function f of x is equal to log x base e minus 1, whose value may be required. So for x near to e, we see that x is equal to e, then f of x becomes 0. There will be a cancellation of digits and hence loss of accuracy. One can overcome this difficulty by using elementary properties of logarithmics. So f of x is equal to log x base e minus 1. I can write log e base e by using the formula log m minus log n is log m by n. Using that log of x by e base e, this procedure removes a subtraction. So these are all the reference. Let's complete this session. Thank you.